Yo, what's up, fam? We're the Callaways.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Derek. And this is
Beating Heart. What, you don't feel like dancing today? What's your problem?
I gave you a little shoulder work.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Beating Hearts. I am so excited about today. You excited about today? Y'all know he always got to do a dance. But look, we have missed you all. We have been out for a little while, but we have been getting ourselves together mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, so that we can come back to you guys and bring y'all some awesome stuff that will bless y'all in such a mighty way. So we want to go ahead and jump into our topic on the day. You want to tell them what we will be discussing?
Yes, today we will be discussing the 5 love languages. And this book is by Gary Chapman. I think this book is a phenomenal read. It also comes with a test. Definitely encourage everybody to go and take the love language test. One thing that we actually found out through taking the test is that we were off. Not by a lot, just by a little, but we were still off on the suspected love language of each other. I would have bet that my wife's love language was physical touch.
So touchy.
Because she's extremely touchy. But it was not physical touch. That was her number 2 love language. So I wouldn't fall off. But her number 1 love language was quality time.
And for me, I would have thought yours was quality time because we like spending quality time. But his number 1 was acts of service. I don't even know why you why yours was acts of service, because you always doing the service around his
And
house.
I guess why I project the services is because that's my way of receiving love, so that's the way I tend to give it. And just a side note, I think that's real cool, because I think a lot of times that's how we approach our relationship with God, is sometimes based off our love language. Like sometimes we get so caught up in doing for God, like things, and constantly busy because that's your love language, and you try to project that onto God. Like, God, I love you. Lord, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. God, I'm going to do that. Not saying that that's a positive or a negative, but then you might have someone like in your instance where your love language is quality time. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to your relationship with God, it's all about the time you spend with Him. Mm-hmm. So that was just something I thought of just now.
Cool.
Yeah. But the book just kind of shed light on some things for us. And we're not going to dive and talk about all the topics today, but we just want to just kind of skim the surface of some things that are important to know when dealing with your spouse and knowing how to love them according to their love language. Because it's so easy to assume that the best way to love your spouse is the way that you want to be loved. And that's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm just going to speak for men. I think a lot of times we tend to think that bringing home the bacon is a love language. Like, because I buy for you, or because I have money for you, and you can go and buy this, or I pay the bills and you flip the light switch, that should show I love you. But that may not necessarily be your spouse's love language. Your spouse's love language, like my wife, may be quality time. And so if you are spending all your time at work trying, because your main focus is providing, and as a husband, you should be a provider. But if you're so focused on providing, if you're so focused on buying gifts, to show her that you love her, but her love language is quality time, and you spend no time, then now you're dealing with unwanted frustration, in your marriage, and it'll sometimes have you in a place of stress as well as frustration for your spouse, because she wants you to show her that you love her, but you're trying to show her you love her from a way that you think she should be loved instead of the way that she wants to be loved.
Yeah, and I think that's just, pretty much learned behavior, because for so long, men have been taught like, hey, you go out, you provide, you work, you do this, but it causes frustration on the woman's side, because all they want is for you to show them that they love. They want to spend quality time. They want you to take them out. They want you to post them on Instagram as they WCW. Like, they want the world to know that they are special to you. But however, like we was talking about, we have to get to a place where we're not being selfish, because sometimes we can be selfish because, we get so caught up in this thing that this is just who I am. I'm not changing for anybody. But in order to, meet your spouse where they're at, you have to meet them and love them the way they desire to be loved. And that causes, like you said, a lot of frustration in marriages and relationships. And so, yes, this book is really a really good read, and we got introduced to this book like a few years ago, so this book has been out for years. It's not a bestseller too. Yeah, it still is a bestseller. So sometimes we gotta step back and we got to really get in a place where we understand our spouse and love them the correct way.
Yeah, and I think that will change the atmosphere in the marriage. I think it definitely has that ability, because a lot of times one of the things that marriages suffer from, we know, is communication. And loving your spouse in a way, or trying to love your spouse in a way that is not received as love to them can cause a communication issue as well. And so you're trying to communicate love to them in a way that they're not, really receiving. Like there's somewhere in there, it's like a drop call or something. And so like you're steady trying to give them this and give them that, but that's not, what they're looking to receive from you. So I think that moving in the right direction in your marriage, it's important to, like you were saying, not be selfish, not be so caught up in, what you want or what's easier for you, because it's easier to be like, say she's complaining, too much, or I don't understand, what she wants from me. I give her this, I give her that, but in return, really, what she's looking for from you is love. She's looking for some type of quality time from you. And another thing that this book talks about, and we're gonna talk about that later in this 5 love language series, is it talks about the love tank. And basically what the love tank is, in short, is you depositing or you filling up that tank. In the book they use the analogy of a vehicle, and that if the tank is on E, the vehicle isn't going to really go anywhere. But in order to see that vehicle get from point A to point B, there has to be some type of fuel placed in the tank. And so in your marriage, it's the same way, that if love is not being deposited within the tank on both ways, whether it's the husband to the wife or the wife to the husband, if there is no love being deposited into that tank, then that marriage isn't really going to go anywhere, because it doesn't have anything to get it from point A to point B. So like I said, this book has a lot of useful information, and we're not Gary Chapman don't know us, and he's not paying us to talk about his book, but we do want to offer anything that we believe can actually help you have a healthy and successful marriage.
Yeah, because I feel like it helped us even in the beginning of our relationship. All you used to do is really just give me money to go shopping. Never took me on a date.
Man, I didn't. That wasn't something I was used to seeing.
First of all, y'all, we had been dating for about 3 years, and this boy never took me on a date. All he thought I wanted was for him to buy me stuff, give me money, pay a little few bills. Well, you ain't like you was paying much, but he thought he could just take care of me. And as we began to grow and know each other, we began to operate in loving each other the way that we desired to love. So like I say, my love language is quality time. And we spend a lot of quality time
Which
together.
y'all see that.
We spend a lot of time together. And I love it. I wouldn't change it for a world. But however, and of course, like he was saying, my other love language, because you can have more than one love language. You can have more than one love language. And my other love language is touch. I love to be touched. I don't care if we walk by. Most days we gotta hug at least 3 or 4 times because.
Or I walk past and I just smack him on the booty.
He just like to be the chill girl. But anyway, I like to hug at least 5 or it don't matter, but most likely we walk past each other, we gotta hug for at least about 5 or 10 seconds. And I love to be touched. If we go to sleep, his hand or his leg have to touch me, so I love to be touched. That's my love language. So however, like I say, you can have more than one, but that determines, on the particular person. And I'm not really sure, but I'm not sure if it can change because, at one point, I didn't like flowers. I didn't like for you to give me no flowers or anything. But now, I want to receive flowers. I'm buying something, girl, something.
Yeah, but that also comes with, growth and evolution, which is something, we was kind of talking about last night. That people, you can't try to hold your spouse to being one particular person from the time you marry them to the, to God calls y'all home. You have to allow that room for growth and for to evolve. And, when I met her, she wasn't into plants and flowers, but I met her, we were, 19?
Yeah, 19.
But she was right now, the 30-something-year-old version of her.
I'm 35.
I just said 30-something. I didn't know you want to put your age out there like that. But yeah, you look good for 35.
Okay.
But yeah, the 35-year-old version of her likes plants and likes flowers. So I can't be like, oh, she changing up or she switching up or whatever. I have to allow her that room to grow.
Yeah.
And for me, my second love language
Tell them what your first is. I don't think you told me what your first was.
I did, yeah. Acts of service.
Oh, acts of service.
And my second one is words of affirmation. And so I like when she speaks to me in a way that touches me, to let me know that she actually sees me and she sees the potential in me, she sees the purpose in me, she sees the greatness in me, and so it allows me to it's a confidence booster, definitely, but those words mean a lot to me, whether it's you texting me just randomly, just speaking life into me, encouraging me, just talking to me in our intimate conversations about what God has for me, what potential I have, what can be released through me, all of those things, and that means a lot to me. But again, the reason I value that so much is because, like I say, that's one of my love languages, which is my second one. So I think that everyone normally responds to like their first 2 love languages, or what you are most geared to. So maybe you've been in your marriage, maybe you, and I think love languages can also go beyond the marriage. Mm-hmm. But of course, we're talking inside the covenant of marriage. But maybe you've been in your marriage and you haven't been loving your spouse the way they want to be. They want to be loved, or maybe your spouse hasn't been loving you the way that you want to be loved. And in that instance, I think and I believe that this is definitely a good read, a good book for your marriage.
It definitely is. So if you have time, we want to encourage you guys to go and pick up this book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. You can find this at Amazon. You can get it for Amazon. But not only do we want you guys to purchase this book, go and take the quiz. It takes about not even 5 minutes.
We might be able to put it in the link. Should be able to put it in the link.
So we'll put that in the link for you guys, but we want to encourage you to go and take that quiz. Figure out what your love language is. And not only yours, let your spouse, let your significant other take it and figure out what their love language is. And we just want to challenge you guys. The moment that you find out what the love language is, begin to love your spouse the way that they desire.
So, man, we hope there was something you got out of this little clip that we're presenting to you. Of course, we're going to go and dive into more of the love languages. We're going to talk more about that love tank and talk about, love, being in love versus love. And how those things work. So be sure to like, subscribe, and do what, babe? Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when we're uploading more content that will help you and bless you.
Yes, and don't forget to go follow us on Instagram at BeatingHeart Marriage Ministry. We share so much content that will help you in your marriage, help you in your relationship. So go ahead, follow us. Send it to somebody else. Let them follow us as well. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, you might get a laugh or two off of something we're doing or something we're saying. We do funny videos and games and things like that as well. But don't forget to go and order this book. Don't forget to take the test. Like I said, we're gonna try to put the test in the link down below. But if for some reason we don't get it in there, which we could and we should, make sure you go and take the test.
Yes, and until next time, we love you guys. And this is Beating Heart.